USO Turkeys for Troops is sponsored by Thundercat Technology and Immix Group, an Aero company.
Well, welcome back into Great Day, Washington. It's our 14th annual Turkeys for Troops, and we have a full telethon underway with all of these amazing volunteers ready to take your calls and donations. The number is right there on your screen, so give us a call. Help a military family this Veterans Day. Any amount helps.
And this is just one of the many initiatives the USO does to help our military families. And here to share even more ways the USO lifts up our active duty members of the armed forces is Tracey Gray, the Vice President of Global Business Communications at RTX and the Chairman of USO Advisory Board. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Well, the USO just does so much. Can you share a little bit more about the mission?
Absolutely. USO is for the people who serve. So if you think about our military service members and their families and the sacrifices that they make, particularly in the holiday season, I think it's why things like Turkeys for Troops are so important. Just in this region, right, USO has 18 locations serving 28 military installations, and last year serviced some over 500,000 military service members and their families.
Wow. And obviously through things like what we're doing today, but what are some of the other projects that USO has?
Yeah, absolutely. So from whether you visit a local airport and go to a USO service lounge, or a lot of the programming in the community here that ranges from providing respite, right, and experiences for across the entire DMV area here. Bringing a little joy to their lives and serving candidly as a second family when their loved ones are away in service of the country, right? So whether it's concerts, food drives like we're doing here today, or those experiences at airports, those are central to the USO's mission.
Right, and really shows them how much we care about them.
Yeah.
Of course, we're doing this now in honor of Veterans Day, but you do this every year. Why do you do this every single year? Yeah,
the USO, we've been doing this since 2008, and so you mentioned this is the 14th time that WUSA has been involved. It is just so important, particularly in areas that are high cost, right? So, the Turkeys for Troops goes to junior enlisted service members and their families and provides a Thanksgiving meal, right? So, as we've been saying across the network all morning, I encourage folks to go to WUSA9.com. $50 will feed a family of 6, and it's so important, particularly during the holiday season.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the phone number, we have the phone number on the screen throughout, and we wanted people to know if you can't afford $50, every little bit helps, right? It all adds up to help those that are protecting our country.
That's exactly right, yes. And so I think that, you think about the high costs during the holiday season, you think about as we all gather around our Thanksgiving tables and sharing time with loved ones, right? Just doing a little bit more for those that are out there in service of our country. Right? We don't all serve in the military, but we can all provide support for those that do, and that's really what is at the heart of what we're doing here today.
Absolutely. As we sit around and we give thanks, it's just another thing that we should be so thankful for is our military families and what they do and sacrifice for us. What are some other ways? I know we're going to do this all day long, and lastly, they can go where to donate today and volunteer? Yeah,
so WUSA9.com and donate there. Okay. And if you're looking for more ways to get involved in USO, USO.org has a tremendous amount of opportunities. We've got more than 1,000 volunteers in this area that support just
awesome.
the local community here within USO.
Excellent. Such great work you guys do. Tracey, thank you. Good to have you.